Hi guys, today we are going to see chapter 2 of All India Sainik School Entrance Exam, Mathematics for class 6. Okay, so in the chapter 2 we are going to see fraction, decimal fractions, fraction and decimal fractions. First we will see what is fraction. In the previous chapter we seen number systems. Here we are going to see how you can represent a number in the form of fraction. Okay, so normally a number can be represented in the number system. We see in the Arabic number system there will be maximum of 10 digits, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 up to 9. Any number, for example 523, it's a combination of 3 digits, 5, 2, 3. Like 1029, it's a combination of 4 digits, it's a number. Similarly, it is natural numbers. Okay, but here the same numbers, same natural numbers are going to be represented in different form. See, a number of the form a divided by b is known as fraction. Here a and b are natural numbers. It may be of any numbers. It may be of any number from 1 to infinite. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10, 11, 12, 13. All these numbers are natural numbers. Right? So here example is 1 by 2. It is a fraction. So 1 is a natural number and 2 is a natural number. A divided by b. Here a is 1 and b is 2. Similarly 2 divided by 3. So 2 is a natural number, 3 is a natural number, a divided by b. Here the numerator, this part, a is called as numerator, b is called as denominator, b is called as denominator. So in this case 2 is the numerator and 3 is the denominator. Here 3 is the numerator and 4 is the denominator. So we will see some examples. What is a fraction? What is the use of fraction? See these figures. First, it is a circle. It is a circle. This is half of the circle. Okay. And this is a square. And this is the half of the square. So total is 2. Circle has been divided into 2 parts, and in the 2 parts one part has been shaded. This is one part has been shaded. Right? Here also the square has been divided into 2 parts. One part has been shaded. Here you can say it is a kind of rectangle. Here also one part has been shaded. Suppose you are having a water tank. If half of the water tank is been filled, out of 2 parts, one part has been filled with water, then it is half filled. Out of 2 portions, one is complete. Right? Similarly, here the square has been divided into 4 parts. It is divided into 4 parts. So the 4 parts are added. This is the top portion, this is the top portion, and this is this portion, side portion, and this is the bottom portion, and this is the left side portion. The sum of all the parts, it is going to give you the complete square. You can see here the square has been divided into 4 parts. This single part is nothing but out of 4 parts it is 1. It is 1 by 4. Total is 4 parts. In the 4 this portion is 1. Similarly, this is also out of 4 parts, it is 1 part. So it is quarter. 1 by 4 is nothing but quarter of the total portion. So if you add all the 4 parts, it will give you the total square. Similarly, here you have a shape, that is, here a rectangle has been divided into 5 parts, and out of the 5 parts, 2 parts has been filled. That means out of total 5 parts, 2 parts has been filled. So you can write 2 by 5. Similarly, here a circle has been divided into 4 parts. Out of the 4 parts, 3 parts has been filled. So out of 4, 3 parts has been filled. It is a triangle. Triangle also divided into 4 parts. Out of the 4, 3 parts has been filled. So this is what the fraction. Here the fraction tells us you are doing a work and you have a complete work, something like this circle. You have to complete a whole work. The whole work has been divided into 4 parts. You can see this is like, you can see eating. You are eating some pizza. The pizza has been divided into 4 parts. And you have completed, out of 4 parts, you have completed 3 parts of the pizza. So the fraction tells us that how much you have finished, how much it has been filled. Suppose you are having a tank. The tank has been divided into 4 parts. Out of 4 parts, 3 parts has been filled with water. How much the water is filled in the tank? 3 by 4. Total parts are 4 and the water has been filled with 3 parts. So fraction tells these details. How much the work has been completed out of the total work. How much you have to finish the work. Here you can see, you can say in this, what is the remaining portion? That is quarter. So this is the part of the pizza you have to eat. That is the remaining part of the pizza. This is also you can specify. This is completed part and it is incomplete. So if you are considering completed part means it is 3 by 4. If you are considering incompleted part means then it is 1 by 4. Both are called as fractions. This is also fraction and this is also fraction. But this fraction specifies the completed part of the pizza and this fraction specifies the incompleted part of the pizza. Similarly for this case also, water tank or any other work. Right? So next we are going to see types of fraction. First type is proper fraction. What is proper fraction? Already we have seen that in a fraction means we have to represent in this form. A divided by B. Okay, A is called as numerator, B is called as denominator. So when the numerator is less than denominator, in previous all the cases we seen, they are called as a proper fraction because in all these cases the numerator is less than denominator. Here numerator is less than denominator. Here also numerator is less than denominator. Here also numerator is less than denominator. So these fractions are called as proper fraction. Here also example. This is numerator and this is denominator. Here the numerator is less than the denominator. Then it is called proper fraction. Then improper fraction. Just opposite to proper fraction. Here the numerator is greater than denominator. Numerator is greater than denominator. So it is called as improper fraction. Here 7 is the numerator and 4 is the denominator. So numerator is greater than denominator. So it is improper fraction. Next, mixed fraction. Mixed fraction means the fraction will have a whole number part and fractional part. Both are combined as called as mixed fraction. So this is 4, this is the whole number part, and this is fractional part, right? So this is called mixed fraction. Any mixed fraction can be represented as improper fraction. Any mixed fraction can be represented as improper fraction, or any improper fraction can also be represented as mixed fraction. See here, here you have a mixed fraction 3 4/7. So how you will convert it to improper fraction? You can write this into 3 plus 4/7. Suppose I am telling 1.5 means, that is 1 is the complete whole part and half is the fractional part. It is how you can write 1 plus half, that is what? 1.5, right? So what I have to do next? I have to cross multiply this denominator with this whole part. So I am going to cross multiply. This is 3 into 7 plus 4 divided by 7, and I have to multiply 3 into 7, and this is 21. 21 plus 5, that is 7. 21 plus 5, that is 25 divided by 7. So here the numerator is greater than denominator, so it is improper fraction. Here also you can see it is 1 into 2 plus 1 divided by 2, then it is 2 plus 1 divided by 2, so it is 3/2. So here a mixed fraction is represented as improper fraction. Similarly, you have an improper fraction 3/4, right? I am going to represent in mixed fraction. How? I have to divide this 3/2. Then the quotient you will get 1, and remainder also 1. So I am going to write this is the whole number part of the mixed fraction, and I have to write the remainder divided by the number by which you are dividing the numerator, that is the denominator. So the 3/2 improper fraction has been written as mixed fraction. Similarly, here also you are having improper fraction. This is 7/4. 7/4 is the improper fraction. I am going to write in terms of mixed fraction. So 7 divided by 4, that is, you can divide 7/4 one time, so it is 4, quotient is 1, then remainder is 3. So 7/4, the improper fraction has been written as mixed fraction, that is quotient 1. This is the whole number part, and the remainder will come as the numerator and the denominator. This denominator value will come here. So it is mixed fraction. So the improper fraction has been written as mixed fraction. Similarly, this mixed fraction can also be written as improper fraction, like we see here. Right? Next, decimal fraction. Decimal fraction. What is decimal fraction? In this type of fractions, the denominator of fraction will be 10 or the power of 10. This is important thing. In this type of fractions, the denominator of fraction will be 10 or power of 10. That is 7/10. Here it is 7/10, and 9 divided by 100. That is 9 divided by 10 power 2. 10 power 2 means that is 100. 3 divided by 10 power 3. That is 3 divided by 1000. This is power of tens. 10 power 3 is the power of 10. 10 power 2 is the power of 2. Power of 10. Okay. So whether the denominator will be 10 or power of 10. That is what decimal fraction. Next we are going to see operations on fractions. So like the operations on normal numbers or natural numbers. Here operations on fraction also done. The operations addition, subtraction, multiplication and division. So here we are going to see how we will do these operations on fractions. So addition of fractions, first part. So what we are going to do? First we are going to add fractional values. The first case is if denominator of all fractions are same. If the denominator of all the fractions are same, then you can easily add those fractions. How? Because the denominators are all the fractions are same means you can just take a common denominator. Here in this case we are going to add 1 by 2, 5 by 2 and 7 by 2. So the denominator of all the three fractions are same. Then we will take a common denominator and numerators are added straightforward. You can directly add the numerators. So 1 plus 5, 6, 6 plus 7, it is 13. So the final answer is 13 by 2. In this way you can add the fractions if the denominators are same. If the denominators are not same, you cannot add in this way. Then this is the case. Second case, if the denominator of all the fractions are not same, that is they are not equal, then what you have to do? We have to take the LCM. Here LCM means lowest common multiple. This we will see in the future. I will show you how to take the LCM. Here we are going to take here we are going to add 3 by 7, 11 by 3, 4 by 21. Here all these fractions are having different denominators. If you have unequal denominators, then we have to take all the denominators in this way and you have to find a common number which it divides maximum the numbers. Suppose if I am taking 3 here, this will divide this number and this number. So you cannot divide 3 by 7 is not divisible by 3. But you can divide 3 by 3 and 21 also divisible by 3. So 7 3s are 21. 3 divided by 3, that is 1. 21 divided by 3, that is 7. And you have to write the 7 as it is. Now you can divide these two numbers by 7. Okay. So if you divide, finally it will be 1, 1, 1. Now I have to multiply these numbers. 3 into 7, that will give you 21. So 21 is the lowest common multiple for 7, 3, 21. Okay. So that is the thing. Once you took LCM means now the LCM becomes the common denominator for all the fractions. Now this LCM value you have to take and you have to divide by the first denominator. Okay, 21 divided by 7, and you have to multiply by the numerator value, and in between again the plus value, again the LCM value divided by the denominator, and it has to be multiplied by the numerator, again the plus, then LCM value divided by the denominator and multiply by this numerator. Now 21 divided by 7, that will give you 3. 21 divided by 3, that will give you 7. 21 divided by 21, that will give you 1. Now 3 into 3, this 3 is coming here, there is 11 coming here, this 4 coming here. So 3 into 3, that will give you 9. 7 into 11, that will give you 77. 1 into 4, that will give you 4. So the denominator value is 21. If you add everything, this will give you 90. 90 divided by 21. Further, you can simplify. You can reduce this 90 divided by 21 because both can be commonly divided by 3. If you divide 21 divided by 3, this will give you 7. Then 90 divided by 3, that will give you 30. So it is 30 divided by 7 you can write. That is numerator and denominator I am going to divide by 3. So if I am divide by 3, this will become 7. Numerator, if you divide by 3, that will give you 30. Okay. So this is 30 divided by 7. This is the improper fraction. Further, you can write in this form mixed fraction. This improper proper fraction can be written in the form of mixed fraction. How? This is 30 and this is 7. 4 7s are 28. Remainder is 2. So 4 is the quotient. That will be the whole number. The remainder divided by the denominator. This is the mixed fraction for 30 divided by 7. Like we did for addition, it is simple to do for subtraction. Same concept. If the denominators are same, then we can take a common denominator and numerator values can be easily subtracted. 8 minus 2 minus 4. How you can write 8 minus 2 plus 4 divided by 9. I taken the minus sign outside, so it is 8 minus 6 divided by 9. So it will be 2 divided by, this is what you are for the case of same denominator. If the denominators are unequal or different, then similarly for different denominators I have to take first LCM. I have to take LCM first. So here I am going to take 8. If I divide by 8, this will become 1. I have to take this one because I cannot divide this 13 by 8. So I have to take as it is. These numbers are prime numbers. 13 is a prime number. So it will be divisible by 1 or itself. So here it is divisible only by 13. So if I divide by 13, this will become 1, this will become 1. So I have to multiply these two numbers. 8 into 13, that will give you 104. The common denominator is 104. Like I did in the addition case, this LCM value should be divided by this denominator and it has to be multiplied by the numerator. Similarly, the minus sign will come as it is. Then this denominator, LCM denominator, will come in the numerator and this will be divided by the denominator and this 6 will be multiplied here. Then here the minus sign. Again 104 divided by this denominator and it will be multiplied by this 1. 104 divided by 13, that will give you 8. 104 divided by 8, that will give you 13. 104 divided by 13, that will give you 8. So 8 into 12, that is 96. 13 into 6, that is 78. 8 into 1, 8. Again, I told you, I took the minus sign common from these two numbers. So 78 plus 8, that is 86. So 96 minus 86, that is 10. So 10 divided by 14. If I what you can say, simplify further, I have divided by 2, numerator and denominator divided by 2. So 10 divided by 2, 5. 104 divided by 2, that is 52. So this is a proper fraction because the numerator is less than the denominator. Multiplication of fractions is quite simple. If you want to multiply, whether it is a proper fraction or improper fraction, you just need to multiply the numerators and you have to multiply the denominators. Here I can write 1 into 4 into 5 into 3 divided by 3 into 5 into 6 into 2. I can cancel the common terms. 3 will be cancelled with denominator and numerator. I have same number, means 3 by 3. What it is going to give you? It is going to give you 1. Similarly, 5 divided by 5, that is also going to give you 1. So that's what I am doing. So now it is 4 divided by 12. Now I am going to divide numerator and denominator by 4. So it is 1 divided by 3. That's what the answer. Right? You can do without cancelling also, you can do. If you multiply all these numbers, if you multiply all the numbers, that will give you 60. If you multiply all the denominators, that will give you 180. Again 0 and 0 we can cancel. Then 6, numerator and denominator I can divide by 6. If I divide like this, the numerator part will become 1, denominator part will become 3. You can do it in any way. You can cancel the numbers and you can simplify. Otherwise you can just multiply all the numbers and finally you can simplify. So that is the thing. Next, division of fractions. If the fraction is simple form, then retain it as it is and take the inverse of all the fraction after the division. It is a simple form fraction, not a mixed form. So I have to retain this part. This is what it is telling. Retain the fraction as it is, and after the division, what is coming? Just to take the inverse. 2 by 3 you have to take as it is. After the division, it is coming 4 by 5. So take the inverse of 4 by 5, that is 5 by 4. Now it is just like multiplication, right? 2 into 5 divided by 3 into 4. So it is 10 divided by 12. If you simplify, divide by 2, both cases, denominator and numerator, this will give you 5 by 6, right? So this is what division of fraction. Division of fractions, it is really simple. Next, comparison of fraction. This is the last topic of chapter 2. First, comparing like fractions. Like fraction means if the denominators of all fractions are same, then it is called like fractions. Here we have to arrange 9 by 10, 7 by 10, 3 by 10 in descending order. Descending order means greatest number has to come in the first, smallest number has to come in the last. So after these, it is a like fraction. Like fraction means the denominators are same. So we have to find out which one is smaller, which one is greater by the help of numerator only. So in the like fraction, if the numerator is greatest value, then that is the highest fraction. If the numerator is smallest value, then that is the smallest fraction. So this is the case. In the like fraction, if the numerator is greatest, then that is the highest fraction. If the numerator is smallest, that is the smallest fraction. So from this I can tell you, out of the 3 fraction, 9 by 10 is the greatest. Descending order means decreasing order. So 7 by 10 is the next smaller number. That means 7 by 10 is less than 9 by 10. 3 by 10 is smaller than 7 by 10. So this is the case of like fraction. Next is unlike fraction. Comparing unlike fraction. Unlike fraction means the denominator is not going to be same. They are going to be different. Unequal denominators. The case 1 is denominators are different but the numerators are same means. If the numerators are same, that is the case 1. If the numerators are same means how you will find out which one is greater, which one is smaller. You can find out easily from the denominator. If the numerators are same, the greatest or largest denominator is the smallest fraction, because they are asking to arrange in ascending order. Ascending order means increasing manner. So largest or greatest denominator, that is the smallest fraction. Then next to 5 by 23, what is next? 17 is the bigger number next to 23. So 5 by 17 is next greatest number. That means 5 by 23 is less than 5 by 17. Next, after 17, 12. 12 is the greater number compared to next to 17. Then 5 by 12, that is greater than 5 by 17. 5 by 11, because this is the smallest number, then this will be the greatest fraction. The smallest denominator is the greatest fraction in the case of same numerator, right? So this is the greatest number and this is the smallest number in the case of same numerator. Next, final case is fractions with different numerators and different denominator. This is the usual case. If the fraction is having different numerator and different denominators. If the fraction is given in this way, first you have to find out LCM. I already told you how to take the LCM. I have to write all the denominators in this way, and I have to divide a number which it divides most of the numbers in common. So here, if I take 3, this will divide 3 as well as 6. So if I divide by 3, that will be 1. 6 means that will give you 6 divided by 3, that will give you 2. Next, I am going to divide by 2. Then 5 will be remain 5. 2 divided by 2, that is 1. Then next, I am going to divide by 5. 5 divided by 5, that is 1. The remaining ones will come as it is. Now I am going to multiply all this number, 3 into 5 into 2. So it is giving 30. Now, what I have to do next? I have to convert the given fraction into like fractions. That is, all the fractions are going to have common denominator. How? That's why I taken the LCM. The denominator has to become 30. Denominator has to become 30. Convert all the denominator into 30. So I have which number I have to multiply to convert this denominator to 30? In this case, I have to multiply by 10. 3 into 10, that is giving 30. If you are multiplying any number by any number with the denominator, the same number has to be multiplied with the numerator. Then only the actual value will not vary, because 10 by 10 will cancel each other. Then 2 by 3 will remain as it is. So it is 20 divided by 30. The next fraction is 4 by 5. I have to multiply 6 with 5, then only it will give you the denominator 30. The numerator also has to multiply with 6, that will give you 24. The last fraction is 5 by 6. I have to multiply 5 with 6, that will give you 30. The same 5 has to multiply with the numerator, that will give you 25. Now this is a modified form of the given fraction. 20 divided by 30. 24 divided by 30, that 25 divided by 30. Now it is in the like fraction type. Like fraction means denominators are same. If it is like fraction means the greatest number will be the greatest numerator. Smallest number will be smallest numerator. Right? They are here the question they are asking ascending order. That means increasing order. That means smallest number has to come first, greatest number has to come in the last. So 20 divided by 30 is the smallest number. After that 24 divided by 30. After that 25 divided by 30. So 24 divided by 30 is greater than 24 divided by 30. 24 divided by 30 is greater than 20 divided by 30. Then the original fraction values are 2 by 3, 4 by 5, 5 by 6. So 2 by 3 is the smallest and 5 by 6 is the greatest fraction. Okay. So that's all about fractions and decimal fractions. I hope you all understood what are the things I dealt here or dealt here. Okay. If you have any queries or doubts, please let me know in the comment section. Okay. Thank you very much.